Page 1 of Prop 19 said, let's help out people over 55 and fire victims so that they can move anywhere in the state and keep their Prop 13. Page 2 delivered a giant black eye to anybody who owns the brick and mortar for their business, because when the kids inherit that business, I don't know, the price of cupcakes is going to be like $15 a cupcake, just so that a bakery that owns its brick and mortar can actually afford to stay open, because they're going to get reassessed. And when it comes to your residential real estate, only a home that is being treated as a primary residence escapes this reassessment, and then only up to $1 million. Just earlier today, I was asked, well, what if a parent now, before death, were to transfer real estate to their child? Does that trigger a reassessment, Rebecca?
It depends. So Prop 19, the 1-2 punch on page 2 of Prop 19, where it removes the ability for parents to transfer real estate, residential and commercial real estate, to their children up to $1 million, basically kneecaps property owners in California from doing that. Now you can only transfer real estate to your children if it will be the primary residence of the child, which effectively eliminates all commercial real estate. It did sound nice to help fire victims, and it did sound nice to help, our aging population, which to me is kind of hysterical, right? Like, we want to be able to help 55 and older be able to afford property, with also not taking into consideration that a lot of times that community, their only asset is the home that they're living in, and they want to be able to give that to their kid as, their inheritance. So what this effectively does is the kid has to, one, reside in that property, which we all live in California. We all know how expensive it is. We're not going to beat that dead horse. What a lot of people are not realizing, though, is that when they're doing these transfers where they're adding their kids to title now, how it's triggering the reassessment, because the child is not residing in the property. And it's going to trigger, depending on if they do an outright transfer to the kid because they want to do a lifetime gift or whatever reason they're giving the property to the kid. And they're like, okay, we've owned this property since 1985 and the property taxes are, $1,000 a year. Today they are. Tomorrow they will be $10,000 or $12,000 or $15,000, and your kid can no longer afford to live there. So now you have to sell it, and now you're dealing with tax issues.